This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
They've spent over 5 decades searching, and now the Pennsylvania State Police say they've found the person who killed a 9-year-old girl from Hazleton back in 1964. Welcome everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. 57 years after the death of Marie Chivarella, the Pennsylvania State Police say they have determined her killer. During a press conference Thursday, State Police, joined by law enforcement officials who were involved in the decades-old investigation, announced that James Paul Fort was the killer. Fort died back in 1980. He was 38 years old. Police say that Fort was 22 when he killed 9-year-old Marie Chivarella. She was abducted on March 18, 1964, while walking to school. Investigators say that DNA and genealogy were used to crack the cold case.
Today is a very important day for the Pennsylvania State Police. It's my impression that this is the 4th oldest case, cold case, to be solved in the country utilizing genetic genealogy. And that's the tool that Mr. Schubert helped to provide to us. And if it's the 4th oldest cold case in the country to be solved utilizing this technology, it's the oldest in the state. So this is a very important day for our department. It's also an important day for the Hazleton community as a whole. This was a violent and a heinous crime that was committed against a small child.
So our suspect has been identified as James Paul Fort. He was born in 1941 and he died in 1980. Unfortunately, Mr. Fort's not alive for us to prosecute. However, he is the person that committed this crime. So with that information, we did an exhumation on Mr. Fort out of Cavalry Cemetery, which I talked about earlier. That was on January 6th this year, 2022. On February 3rd, 2022, we received the results from our DNA lab, and James Paul Fort matched the DNA profile from the semen stain on Marie Chivarella's jacket. The ability of selecting an unrelated person, as the DNA profile states, is 1 in 480 septillion. So for somebody else to have that profile, you would need 480 septillion other people. So this is an exact match.
My name is Eric Schubert of US Genealogy. I was the independent consultant brought on through the District Attorney's Office to conduct a genealogy investigation into this case. Just a little bit about my background. My work with genealogy stretches back over 10 years and has been featured nationally. I've assisted in several other cold cases throughout the country over the past 2 years. And as was mentioned, I've been involved in this investigation for about 2 years. So it's certainly something that I've been working on a very long time, and it means a lot to me, as I know it does to so many people here. It really was a multifaceted investigation that left absolutely no stone unturned. At the beginning, as was mentioned, the highest DNA match to Maurice's assailant in public DNA databases was about 53 centimorgans. And a centimorgan is, think of it like a unit of measurement for a genetic linkage. You share a set amount of centimorgans with everyone in your family. And 53 is very, very low, as was mentioned. But that was where we started. From there, I conducted traditional family tree research using census records, military records, newspaper records, and more. So we were really zeroing in on families, locations, links, and it took a year, but we were able to go from 53 centimorgans to almost 200, which now is really something that I can work with. It was the strongest and most important lead that we had to date. I'll never forget when Corporal Barron was telling me that we had just gotten that match, because in that moment, I knew that we were going to find the assailant.
On behalf of the Carmen and Mary Chivarella family standing here, and we really want to offer a heartfelt appreciation and admiration for the Pennsylvania State Police. You know, we keep hearing 58 years, and that, my goodness, that was a long time.
But over those 58 years, the Pennsylvania State Police routinely made their presence known continuously through those 58 years. They visited and called with updates to the family. They responded to questions we had. They asked a lot of questions. They provided comfort and hope.
We have so many precious memories of Maurice. At the same time, our family will always feel the emptiness and the sorrow of her absence. Consequently, we will continue to ask ourselves, what would have been, what could have been? So how does our family further embrace a sense of closure for the harm done to Maurice? Our parents' sentiments were expressed a long time ago. They never sought punishment or revenge, but did want justice. Thanks to the Pennsylvania State Police, our family now knows the identity of Maurice's murderer. Thanks to the Pennsylvania State Police, justice has been served today.
You can watch the full press conference on our YouTube channel. Police believe that Fort could have committed other crimes and ask anyone with information to call State Police at 570-459-3890.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 44 degrees, wind gusts as high as 26 miles per hour. Friday night, a 20% chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 38 degrees, wind gusts as high as 26 miles per hour. Saturday, a 20% chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 40 degrees, wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Saturday night, 30% chance of snow showers, mainly after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 18 degrees. Sunday, a 30% chance of snow showers before 2 p.m., partly sunny with a high near 23 degrees. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 5 degrees. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 18 degrees. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 7 degrees. The Hazleton Area High School boys swimming team stayed unbeaten in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and they had another swimmer reach the 1,000 point mark. Here's the SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. Liam Leonard went over 1,000 points at the meet against Wyoming Seminary. Leonard won the 100 backstroke and was on the winning 200 medley relay and 200 freestyle relay teams. Coming up, our in-depth community and sports features. We'll be right back.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Alberta T. Bidwash of Monomoy City. Services will be private under the David D. Jared Funeral Home. Joel DeMelfi, age 28 of Freeland. Services will be private under the McNulty Funeral Home. Florence Jean Drasher, age 66 of Fern Glen. Friends will be calling Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. Rhonda Ann Healy, age 52 of Freeland. A service will be held on Saturday at 11 a.m. at St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Freeland. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Constance J. Kirko, age 80 of Tresco. Mass will be held on Saturday at 11 a.m. at Church of All Saints. Friends will be calling Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Stanley and Losky Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Lois H. Nagel, age 85 of Mountaintop. A funeral service will be held on Friday at 12 noon at the McEwen Funeral Home. Friends may call on Friday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon at the funeral home. George Rogoski of Tamaqua. Mass will be held on Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Mary's Ukrainian Catholic Church in McAdoo. Friends may call on Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Lamar Chris Funeral Home. And Joseph M. Rogerio Jr., formerly of Hazleton. Services were previously held on the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.